Well, hello there, my lovelies. How are we? Hope you're all well. Welcome to this episode of Coach Cara's podcast, Itchy, Bitchy and Guests. I'm here with my cup of tea. Also got my glasses on, my reading glasses, because my long sight distance is shite these days and I have to wear glasses. But apparently, my reading is a bit shit, I know, especially when it's dark, can't you see? Anyway, remember all that stuff that I keep telling you about midlife is the best? Banging. Right, today I'm going to speak to you about... So I have a tattoo on my ribs that says, "We accept the love we think we deserve." If anybody knows what film that's from, give us a shout. Just for the shits and giggles, you know. Didn't have a prize or anything that I'm going to give away, but anyway, we accept the love we think we deserve. Right now, I got this tattooed on my ribs because I came out of a shitty relationship and I vowed I would never go into it again. However, it is also very relevant to the love you give yourself, or the hate that you give yourself, or the not very niceness that we give ourselves. Alright, so we accept the love we think we deserve, and that includes the love that we give ourselves, alright? There's too many of yous out there, too many midlife women that settle for whatever you can get, settle for second best. I'm not speaking about relationships, I'm speaking about how you treat yourself, alright? Not necessarily because you want to, but because somewhere along the line you've stopped believing that you deserve any more than what you have. Quite easy to do, by the way. Especially when the perimenopause hits and you get a wee bit anxious, a wee bit of anxiety going on. You know, you start to believe that you're a bit shit and that you don't deserve anything better, when in fact you actually deserve the whole world. The whole world. And I want you to have the whole world. But guess what? You need to work for it, right? It's also about... It's about confidence, I think, right? Because you have to actually believe that you're worth more than what you're giving yourself. And confidence is a weird one, right? So, but if you're sitting back and just waiting on the confidence coming, well, guess what? You're going to be waiting a long fucking time, right? Confidence comes from action. This is true, by the way. Confidence comes from action. So to get confidence, you have to take that first step, no matter how small or how big that first step is. So, small, consistent choices that build your confidence, your health, and your life. This is where we want your midlife to be. We want it to be freaking awesome. Right, midlife's not too late. Hear it all the time, said it to you before. Do you know, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too weak, I'm too blah, 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 blah. No, you aren't. You're just exactly where you are, and that's okay. You just need to start from there. Alright, midlife, it's not too late. It's a perfect time. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Alright, so we settle. Why do we settle? Why do we do that? Because our confidence is shot to fuck. Because we've maybe... Well, a couple of things could have happened. We could have tried a couple of things and failed, right? You could have been to a wee gym class or something, or you've tried to diet probably since you were about 18, all right? So a lot of us have been on 30, 40 years of dieting, right? And every time we fail, as in every time we don't get to our goal weight, or every time we do get to our goal weight and then pack the weight back on, our confidence takes a little bit of a dip. All right. Also, when we're going through all the changes of the midlife, right, which is quite weird, I think, right? If you listen to me, you know I've said this before, that I still don't really understand how we all knew what was coming in puberty, right? We all knew that our hormones would be all over the place, and we probably didn't care so much because we were young and we didn't really care about what people thought. But you get to our age and all these things start happening in your body, right? And you're clueless, like pretty clueless, even though there's so much getting spoken about now. Right, it's the perimenopause and midlife and all that is getting spoken about way more than it was, which is amazing, obviously. But we still don't actually know what's going to happen to us, and we don't know whether we're going to turn into a fucking riot, or whether we're not, or whether we're going to quote Lynn Watson, "I sailed through the menopause." Well, yeah, but did everybody else in your life think that you sailed through it? Do you know what I mean? So we don't really know what's happening. We don't know what's happening in our bodies, and we can't understand why at our age, when we've all got our shit together and we're so much in control, that things just start to happen and things just start to go wrong. Right, so this is why your confidence dips, all right? So what we do is we think that we'll just wait until our confidence comes back before we do something else, before we take the next step. So I know I'll just sit back and wait for like 2 months until my confidence comes back, and then I'll join the gym. Or I'll just sit and wait till I feel a wee bit more confident and I feel like I know what I'm doing, and then I'll get myself a coach, and then I'll get some fat loss. Right? You're going to be waiting forever. Like literally waiting forever. Because confidence, it's not like a lightning bolt. It doesn't just like strike you as you're walking down the street. It comes from taking action, right? And what I say to my clients all the time is the minute you make that decision to look after yourself, that is the minute your confidence will start to grow. Right? This is not a lie. This is actual truth. The gospel. Actual truth, all right? So we settle for a lot of things in midlife. We settle for feeling tired, right? So we've got fatigue, we're absolutely knackered, we just accept it. We go into our wardrobe because we've been invited on a social occasion, right? And we pull out the same black baggy outfit because we've just accepted that we've put on a bit of weight, and we've just accepted that we're going to keep that weight on now. So this is us, right? So on average, I can't remember the exact figures, all right, so didn't quote me on this, but I'm sure there's something along the lines of, if you didn't actually think about what you're doing food-wise, it's perfectly normal for you to gain like 79 pounds over the course of a year. Right? Now, if you think about that, like in 10 years' time, you're going to be like a substantially lot heavier than what you are at the now. I can't even work that out, all right? So we just accept this. Right, and then we get used to like photographs. Oh, I'll take the photograph. Come in the photograph. No, it's okay. I'll take the photograph. And then we just don't go in the photograph. So this might feel okay to you, right? But when your kids or your family or whatever, your nieces, your nephews, whatever, are looking back photos, right, when, God forbid, you're dead, they're not going to have anything to remember you by because you were too scared to get in front of the camera because you were feeling a bit chubby, or you were a bit chubby. Do you know what I mean? So we just accept that. That just becomes the new thing. We also accept that because we've put on some weight that, oh yeah, I know what I need to do. I just need to not eat. So I just need to starve, right? So we just continue to not fuel our bodies and continue to try and run on empty for the next however long, right? Which doesn't help. It doesn't fight off your perimenopause symptoms. Actually doesn't give you fat loss, because starving yourself doesn't give you fat loss. You might think that it does, but it actually doesn't. It just makes your body hang on to everything. All right, so then the brain fog gets even worse because your brain's not got any fuel. Your body's always lethargic. It's always sore because there's no calories for it to repair itself and recover itself. So then we just end up settling for feeling shit. We just feel shit, and that's our lives now. When in fact, you've actually potentially got another 40 to 50 years on this planet. So what are you going to do? Are you just going to go on for the next 40 to 50 years feeling like shit just because you've accepted it? No, of course you're not. Don't be ridiculous. That would be a ridiculous thing to do, wouldn't it? Yeah, exactly. So, I want you to think about today what you're going to do. Right? I want you to think about, and I need you to be totally honest with yourself. What are you settling with? What are you not happy about? But also, what have you accepted that you can't change? Right? Because you will have. There'll be something in your life that you're not happy with. Probably your size or your shape or your scale weight, right? Let's face it, I am a nutrition midlife fat loss coach, so that's what I'm speaking about today. All right, so, and then, what are you going to do about it? Is that you? You're just going to live like that now for the rest of your life. You just accepted it. You're not happy, but you're just going to push those feelings of unhappiness. You're just going to spend the rest of your life wearing that same outfit. You're just going to spend the rest of your life not being in any photographs. You're going to spend the rest of your life saying no to things that you think might interfere with your weight, like go-karting or go ape or Segway. Well, that was the worst day of my life, by the way, Segway. I'll tell you all about that another time. But do you know what I mean? Are you just going to accept that? Or even simple things like not going for a walk because it hurts too much because you're carrying extra weight. Are you just going to amend your whole life? You're just going to amend your whole life now to just fit in and disappear? No. It's a fuck no. It's a hard fuck no. Right? No, you're not going to do that. You're absolutely not going to do that. So, I want you to dig your journal out, right? Or your notes on your phone, whatever you like to write in. And I want you to think about this. If you truly believed that you deserve better, what's the first change you would make? We accept the love we think we deserve.